Hamster in a ball. Quite possibly the most fun and creative hero to roll into Overwatch. Let's not stop there. He's also handsome, cunning, talented, and muscular. But the question is, how do we carry with Hammond? We're not talking about carrying some groceries from the store. We're talking about those 5 dumbbells on your team. Don't sweat it. Take a backseat. Papa Yeet, the highest rated wrecking ball on North American ladder, is going to give you the strats in 3 simple steps. First and most important, vertical movement. What does that mean? Vertical movement is what you get when you use a grapple on a higher elevated surface and hold the W key. In other words, balls are flying. So why is this so important? Simply because the strongest ability in your kit, Pile Driver, can only be activated from above jumping distance. Being able to land nearly 100 damage on impact plus a knockup is a very, very powerful tool to have at your disposal. So how does one master the art of swinging and butt slamming? Certainly not by practicing, only losers do that. Instead, we do a process called trial and error, and anyone can start it right now. Hop into a custom game, pick a map, and swing away. Visualize where the enemy would be and what you could use to get to them. After a couple hours, you should be good enough to throw some quick play games. Step 2. Understanding your role. Wrecking Ball is a tank, a damage sponge. He feeds, but he also eats. Hamster plays like a monkey in the sense that he leaps into the enemy team, causing damage and tanking it, all in an effort to provide a distraction while his team clicks on heads. If any other tank goes for a solo play, they might end up trading, or worse, feeding. On the other hand, Hammond's insane mobility and tankiness enable him to make these plays and leave with a kill or resource bait. How, what, where, when, dive. This is where we make a full circle back to vertical movement. Almost always engage from above with a Pile Driver. It's less predictable and more damaging than rolling into the enemy team, and as a bonus, it knocks them up, making an easy target for you and your team. Now you know how, but what's the what? The what is the enemy healers, duh. The rule of thumb is to go for the least mobile support, so when you're swinging, make sure to Goomba stomp that Zenyatta. Last but not least, where and when. Any choke point or large gathering of enemies is where you want to be using that Pile Driver. More importantly, your team needs to be within some type of follow-up range. Here's an example.
Are you rolling out?
Onto their choke. Right now, the best time to engage is when you see the front line crossing. That way when you Pile Driver, it'll knock the back line up and it'll also knock the front line up. And what that'll do is give your team a nice juicy crossfire on the front line. Onto their choke. So to recap, master vertical movement, understand your job, know when, how, what, and who to dive. If you accomplish these tasks, you'll be rolling kids in no time. More Wrecking Ball videos on the way. If you have any questions, leave a comment or stop by my Twitch and ask away. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to Goomba stomp that like button.